In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the only 6 exercises you need to build a jacked physique without even having to go to the gym or train more than 3 hours per week. Check it out. Hey guys, before we dive into today's video, if you want to build a rugged, strong and lean calisthenics physique with simply a pair of gymnastic rings and adjustable dumbbells, even if you're a complete beginner who can't do a single pull-up or has to lose some weight, then make sure you grab our brand new free guide, link in the top comment below. First of all, let me tell you that if you practice every single thing I cover in today's video, you will get guaranteed results. I'm not saying that you are gonna look like a bodybuilder. I mean, who wants to look like that anyways? But you will carve your best, rugged, strong and lean physique. How do I know all of that? Well, besides all the people that we've coached both offline and online the last years, these exercises have also worked for me. Just an average 40-year-old dude who is not on steroids or whatever performance-enhancing drugs are popular nowadays, with no special genetics, who like you also started from zero, plus I had just lost a leg, who like you works his ass off, struggles to find free time, often has to manage a shitload of stress. With my personal team of demons and anxieties I often have to face first thing in the morning, the moment my eyes open, and with more than my fair share of bad sleep. So what is my secret and the secret we've used with so many other people in our online coaching the last years? Well, if I could summarize it in one sentence, it would be the following. We simply focus at getting consistently stronger at the 6 main human movement patterns. So what are these in a nutshell? Basically, you want an overhead pull, an overhead push, a horizontal pull, a horizontal push, a quad dominant compound exercise, and a posterior kinetic chain exercise, which is a fancy way of saying something that works most of your backside from the lower back down, ideally hitting your hamstrings as well. These are all compound, meaning multi-joint exercises that get you your biggest bang for buck by training as much muscle as possible at once so you can keep your workout volume short and effective. And they also have a big capacity for progressive overload, meaning if you train smart, you can keep making progress at them in the long run, which is the most potent muscle building strategy if you're a natural trainee, either in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or even 60s. All right, and now let's finally move to the actual best exercises. The first unbreakable law of our hybrid calisthenics hypertrophy system is the law of proper exercise selection. This means you want to choose the right exercise variation for you based on your training level, available equipment, and personal limitations. For example, pull-ups might be the king of overhead pull training, but most people don't just start doing pull-ups. Rather, for most beginners, you'll need a combination of Coach John's favorite leg-assisted pull-ups and something else such as band-assisted pull-ups or negative pull-ups. All that, of course, combined with getting stronger at all the rest movement patterns. The truth is that getting your first pull-up can be a long journey for a lot of men, but it's always worth it once you get there. After that, there are all kinds of more advanced variations, my favorite ones being chest to bar pull-ups, and after that, weighted chest to bar pull-ups. Just remember that as long as you keep challenging yourself to grow stronger, you're always on the right path. Recently, one of my trainees asked me, how do I train my core for a more V-shaped physique? Something that a lot of people get wrong, when the reality is that training your abs for a V-shaped physique is kind of like sucking your stomach in to lose weight. Truth is that nothing will get you a V-shaped physique faster than building strong, rugged shoulders in combination with getting really, really strong at table push-aways. And of course, by table push-aways, I mean better nutrition. Personally, I consider the handstand push-up to be the king of all exercises here, but this is, again, another one that takes a lifetime to master. I had just taken a couple of months a break from this one, and I'm back at barely doing 5 repetitions. Therefore, keep in mind that exercises such as pike push-ups or even better standing dumbbell overhead presses are the way to get started. My second favorite exercise for the shoulders here being the one-arm standing shoulder press, an old school variation I learned from Coach John. And the reason I love it so much is because it boosts core stability while fixing imbalances and builds stronger, healthier shoulders with a more natural range of motion. By the way, if you would like to work with us one-on-one to put together a proper diet and workout plan to build muscle, lose fat, gain quality weight, whatever your goal might be, and overall to improve your life quality, then you can find an application below, fill it in, and book a free consultation call with my beautiful face. We can talk about your goals, figure out exactly how to get you there, and see if we're a good fit. Once again, application in the top pinned comment below. My favorite choice here is the ring row, since it's easy to adapt to anyone's training level, but also easy to challenge yourself with it by increasing the height of your legs, using a weighted vest, and even doing them full body weight. Getting brutally strong at the inverted row will not only speed up your journey towards accomplishing your first pull-up, but it will also build a healthy and pain-free back. Alright, so the classic push-up, the king of bodyweight exercises since the dawn of time, a standard test of strength for anyone, yet also an exercise that I rarely see anyone perform correctly. Still, if you're ready to set your ego aside and to try to do these properly, allowing your reps to be cut properly, at least in half, then you'll be once again humbled by its effectiveness. To make sure you're doing push-ups the right way, make sure you watch my recent video on this, which I'll include in the top in comment below. After that, there are a ton of variations to pick here, from deep push-ups to RTO ring push-ups and more. Next, you also want to mix these with chest dips, either done on bars or rings, starting out with a leg assisted variation, usually if you're a complete beginner at them. These are one of my favorite exercises. I like to call them the upper body squat, and as long as you keep making them more and more challenging, you can build a Greek god's chest that has nothing to envy from any chest built at the gym. Squats, bilateral, meaning on both legs, or more split variations, are some of the most testosterone boosting exercises that you definitely don't want to skip here. We have all kinds of choices to pick from. We have Bulgarian squats, we have goblet squats, reverse Nordics, weighted lunges. One thing to keep in mind here is that because the lower body can handle a lot more load than the upper body, adding weight can be easily done with dumbbells, and it can be quite practical, since this way you don't have to do a ton of reps, which can be both time-consuming and depleting mentally. Also, as you can see, Coach John is performing most of these, since I am a little bit limited with my lower body exercise menu due to my prosthesis. Still, no matter what your issue is, keep in mind that there are always workarounds if you're willing to put in the work. Here we have all kinds of options, such as reverse hypers for more beginners, harp curls and Nordic curls being great bodyweight choices. And finally, since I can't do these that well with my prosthesis, an exercise that I've become a huge fan of this last year are Romanian deadlifts, one of the best exercises to not only build an insanely strong and bulletproof lower back, but also a great exercise to strengthen your grip and forearms. These, of course, require a decent amount of weight as you get stronger, which is why I do them mainly at home. What I recommend to get started is a set of dumbbells. You can get those simple, old school threaded ones. And if you want to keep challenging yourself, you can also get a 47-inch bar, which is easy to store, even if, like me, you live in a small apartment. Alright, so there are a couple of things that you have to keep under consideration here if you want to train this way without breaking the time bank, but also in order to train effectively and injury-free. If, like me, you got shit to do and you don't want to spend half of your day training, the best way to keep your workouts short without compromising results are supersets. Supersets are a huge game changer, since they can help you cut your workout time down by 40% without, again, sacrificing quality. In a nutshell, supersetting involves pairing 2 exercises, and the way you want to do this is by picking exercises that minimally interfere with each other. For example, using opposing movement patterns such as pull, push, or different body parts like upper, lower. Finally, the best way to take advantage of these will be the one that makes the most practical sense for you based on your workout plan, available equipment, and training settings. Next, to maximize results and minimize injury, you want to apply what we call the 4 unbreakable laws of our no BS hypertrophy calisthenics method. Now, we already covered the first law, the law of proper exercise selection, so let's move on to our second unbreakable law, which is the law of perfect form. Basically, what you want to make damn sure here is that you nail technique during almost every single repetition. For starters, this includes the right external cues, things such as proper body alignment, proper tempo, going slow on the negatives, but it's also about the right internal cues, meaning you want to develop a deep mind-to-muscle connection in order to get the most out of your training. Now, I have a bunch of videos on all of these, technical cues, internal and external ones, and I'll do my best to include as many as possible in the top-in comment below. One of the biggest hindrances when it comes to getting results from your training is how most people finish their sets once their reps start to slow down. The reality is that this is exactly when the hypertrophy trigger is tripped, so learning to train till technical failure will make your workout not only short but also highly effective, since this way you don't have to do more than 2 to 3 hard sets per exercise. Still, this is something that takes a lot of practice, and a lot of people have no idea how far away they are from reaching that actual point of failure. This is why in our coaching we have mandatory effort video checks, and this is a topic that I'll do my best to explain a lot more in depth in the coming future. Officially, in the strength training realm, this is called progressive overload, and once you pick the right exercises for your level, once you nail form and you are successful at training close to failure, the next step is becoming obsessed with getting stronger. This can be done in different ways, like harder variations, doing more reps, adding more weight, but basically, unless your workouts are driven by this obsession, plateaus are not only inevitable, but also one of the main reasons people get disappointed and quit. First of all, you want to train each movement pattern minimum 2 times per week. This way, you'll have a good balance of neuronal and muscular gains, meaning you'll be improving both technique and stimulating your muscles enough, which is the best way to get stronger and transform your body as fast as possible. Of course, you can also train higher frequency, and we actually recommend that. For example, the last 10 months that I was on a bulk, I was training 4 times a week. Right now, ever since a week ago, I switched to a cut. I've been training 3 times a week. It all depends on where you're at your journey. What are your specific goals? Also, keep in mind that every time you train, you don't have to perform the exact same exercise. As a matter of fact, having some variations that target the same movement pattern are not only better for breaking plateaus, but they are also friendlier to your joints, especially if you're prone to injury. So that was all for today. If our training philosophy resonates with you, if you'd like to learn more about our one-on-one online coaching, we can get on a quick call, chat a little bit, see if this is a good fit for both of us, and take it from there. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comment section below. I always do my best to get back to every single one of you. And until next time, keep on training.